What is going on, guys? Grave here. Today we're going to talk about the new details on the They Shall Not Pass DLC. Of course, we all know there's going to be 4 maps with this DLC. Also going to be a new game mode called Front Lines. It's going to be a conquest and rush hybrid. It's going to have a one capture point kind of idea. It's going to be a tug of war. Once that capture point is captured, you're going to move on to the next capture point. So it's going to kind of be a spin off rush and conquest kind of together. But it looks like a pretty interesting game mode. Of course, we got the new behemoth, the Char 2C. You've all seen the images of the large tank. This is going to be rumbling around on the new maps, and this is going to be kind of interesting to see how strong this thing is. There's no real details of how many people can get in it, what kind of armor it has, and or weapons. But this thing looks like a beast, and it should be a lot of fun to drive and a real headache to deal with. The next thing, guys, is going to be a new tank gun added called the Saint Chamond. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. I'm not fluent in French whatsoever. But that is also going to be added into the game, which is a good thing for some more kind of vehicular play. The Trench Raider Elite class is going to be added. And this one's kind of interesting because it's going to be a melee character. He says he's going to have a different variety or arsenal of grenades as well. But this is kind of a odd thing to me, because this must mean some of these maps are going to be a little bit closer quarters and not quite as wide open. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how a melee elite character will work, because as you guys know, unless you're have a lot of people with you healing you and things while using an elite character, you can get beat, especially if you're getting team shot by several people. They can drop an elite character very, very quickly. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to work. He may have some very, very powerful grenades that can kind of keep people off of him at a distance. I'm not quite sure, but I'm definitely want to see how this is going to work out, because it is kind of odd they're going to add a character that is melee only. Of course, you know, some of these maps, some of the photos we've seen look like a lot of trench warfare, so maybe it's more close quarters action and not quite as wide open as some of the original vanilla maps. Also, the last thing that they're going to be adding is a new stationary weapon, which is going to be a siege howitzer. And this is going to be kind of like the field gun, you know, just kind of stationed out throughout the map. I'm sure this is something to help kind of deal with that new behemoth tank. They say it's not going to quite be like the field cannon, the field gun, because it's going to be more of a view, from what I understand, of like a mortar while firing it. So you're going to have to be placing it on the map itself. But this will be something, like I said, I'm sure to kind of contend with that tank. Because it's going to be kind of difficult to handle that on foot by yourself. It's not going to be quite like the train. You know, the train is on some tracks, and it kind of has a set area that it can go in or go to. This tank, I'm assuming, is going to be able to free roam around the map, which may be a very, very difficult thing to deal with if you're on the opposing team. Anyway, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this DLC. I was disappointed to not see any weapons in here. I know a lot of people out there are looking for weapons. There is a lot of weapons in the game if you look at weapons as a whole, but the thing is, it's all variants of the same weapon. So as in general, there's not really a lot of weapons. It's just many variants of the same weapon. And I know a lot of people out there were looking for some different weapons to get to play with, maybe. I don't know quite how they're going to do that. I mean, there's a lot of experimental weapons and things I figure they're probably going to bring in, because like the Hellriegel was an experimental weapon kind of during World War I. I figure they would find some other things to bring in, maybe in other DLCs, or hopefully maybe some free stuff along the way. But I hope they get some more weapons in there. But guys, this DLC looks really, really good. It looks interesting. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.